Hey guys, welcome back. Uh, I'm still homesick. Feeling a lot better though, but took another day just to no sense going into work and just working yourself and making yourself more sick. That's the key, guys. And you know, people who can't afford to take time off or afraid to take time off. If you're sick, stay home. You're just going to get sicker, man. And you can't afford that time off, but eventually it's going to catch up with you. And you're going to take a lot more time off, like I did. I should have stayed home last week a couple days, and I probably would have been fine. Nope, out a week, almost. Not good. Not that the money's not going to hurt me or anything, but I just don't like being out that long. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is I want to do a video because I'm bored. I'm thinking, I got a lot of clones and dupes and stuff, but what about ones that aren't clones but are still substitutes, I guess, for more expensive stuff? I got a few of them. I thought maybe I could do a video. Now, these are going to be substitutes. They're not going to smell identical by any stretch of the word, but they're going to give you that same vibe, the same feeling, in my personal opinion anyway, as the authentics. And I want to put out a PSA right now. I either have the ones I'm comparing them to, have had, or have smelled recently. So these are still fresh in my mind, or I own them. So this isn't from me just kind of guessing, or what's the word I'm looking for? Misleading. These smell like the authentics. It's probably going to be a long video. I'm bored and I want to talk, and everybody's working, so I got nobody to talk to. So, yeah, let's get right into it. The first one is Villain by Ed Hardy. She's hard to get out sometimes. Cool bottle. I'm not going to give them a bunch of notes and reviews. Some of them I've reviewed, some of them I haven't. But this one will give you the vibe of Dolce & Gabbana the One. Oh, I also want to say all these are $20 or under, with the exception of, I think I paid $22 for one of them. So, but $20 or under for the most part. Yeah, just lightly boozy, spicy kind of scent, you know? Not a dupe. Again, I gotta reiterate that. Just gives you the vibe. Next up, everyone was saying this one. Well, let's just first thing I'm gonna say, F Ferragamo Black. It'll give you the same vibe as YSL, a lot of wheel alone. Everybody was saying that, and I didn't get it from the initial blast. Wore it on my hand a little while ago. The initial blast is actually pretty different, almost. How do I say it without making people mad? Because this is a nice cologne. Almost smells like an older aftershave. If that makes sense. The top, and it lasts for about a half hour. But then it hits that dry down, the mid and the dry down, and it does start to resemble really close Lana Wee. You get all kinds of weird ingredients in this. So, but yeah, just that spicy, sweet cardamom. You get that from this in the more in the dry down. Not at all. Like I said, in the top, it kind of smells like an older man's aftershave to my nose, but gets in that mid and especially that dry down, it really starts to pick up a Lana Wheat alone feel. Next one is one I paid $22 for, but I think you can get them online for like $15 now. And it's another Salvador Ferragamo. It's Aqua Essentia Colonia. This one is most definitely will give you, yeah, that the Aqua de Parma vibe, the fresh Italian aftershave cologne type thing. Really nice scent, guys. I think I've said it every time I bring it out. It's by far one of my best cheap pickups ever. Next is one I picked up. You can get it now for about $19, I believe. And it's a 50 years Ford Mustang edition. Gives you that 1 million vibe, that cinnamon and sweet, and not as loud as 1 million, but it's definitely, it knows what it's doing. Definitely gives you a 1 million vibe. As I said, as I'm getting older, people classify 1 million as like this youthful club banger scent. As I'm getting older, I'm liking it more and more. Anyway, this one here, Duvel Pour Homme by Michel Germain. Heavy on the iris. Definitely gives a... Oh, you spell it right off that. Definitely gives a your own vibe. A little more floral though. Like I said, I think I said before, a little more feminine. Might be hard for some guys to wear if they don't like to. I don't know what the word I'm looking for, because it doesn't smell like a girl, but it's definitely got a more feminine vibe to it than even Dior Homme, but very similar. The iris, the lipstick, makeup type vibe you get from Dior Homme, you'll pick up from this. Some of these are hard to open and close, man. But another nice scent. I love Dior Homme, so, and iris in general, so to me, and I don't mind slightly feminine. I could pull it off. You could probably even layer it with a softer, more gentleman type cologne if you're worried about the femininity. Something like trying to think of something classic. Anyway, doesn't matter. You figure it out. But you could definitely layer it if you wanted to kind of help kill that feminine. Maybe something like a spray of Acqua di Gio Profumo, because that won't really overpower that. But it'll mix. I think it would mix well with it. And it'll kind of give you less female vibe, girl vibe. If you're a girl too and you're watching this channel, I don't think I have any, but if I do, thanks to the whole one of you, you can try this too. It's definitely unisex. If you like iris and stuff, that would probably work really well on you. Next one is going to be a little controversial because you hear a lot of people saying, no it doesn't, yes it does, no it doesn't, yes it does. Windsor by English Laundry. I could have put a bunch of shit by English Laundry on this list, but I didn't want to. It seemed like cheating. Could have put every English Laundry I own on this list, to tell you the truth. but I didn't want to. It was kind of cheating, so I figured I'd pick this one, which is... Anyway, Spice Bomb. It'll definitely give you that cinnamon spice type feel, but I kind of like this better. More tobacco-y than Spice Bomb. Again, these aren't clones. Don't nail me to the cross. These are just going to give you a similar vibe. But yeah, Spice Bomb. Sweet tobacco, spice. Not bad at all. I said it before in my videos, I'll say it every time. If you come across Windsor while you're out, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross's, whatever, and it's 20 bucks, 30 bucks, pick it up. Because I'm almost positive, and I've said it before, this is going to be one of those ones 10 years down the road where people are going to be like, shit, you remember Windsor? When it's discontinued and gone, and they're going to be paying for this little 30 ml bottle, you'll get fucking 150 bucks for it. I almost guarantee it, it's that good. The next one is kind of a... Sorry guys, still got the throat infection. It's going away though now. I actually woke up this morning without a real dry throat and mouth. And no pain, so that was good. Just starting to phlegm up now, it's going away, so anyway, you don't want to hear about that. The next one is kind of a combination, I find, of two scents that I've already had dupes for, but works really well together, and it's Avon Musk Fire. I heard this is discontinued and hard to get now. If it is, I'm sorry. But it is definitely off the top. It gives you a YSL vibe, Lana Weed Alone vibe. Some cardamom right off the top. And then as it hits the dry down, it gives you that iris vibe from Dior Homme. It's like a combination of the two with a little musk and some spice. Oh, I know it sounds funny because it's like a $10 cologne from Avon, but it is quite honestly probably the best hidden gem I've ever had, and so ladies love it. From it's got nuances of the old and the new, so older ladies, if that's what you're into, get you some Coog action, like it. Younger girls like it. It's very it's not aggressive. It's very nice, soft, subtle, whatever the fuck the word is, scent, and it really works well. Get it if you can. Not too many people talking about Avon, eh? I do. I don't give a fuck what the name of a cologne is or how much it is. If it's a good cologne, I'm going to talk about it. Speaking of that, the next two are actually just TJ Maxx branded colognes. They have their own branded colognes. And they go to all their stores, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross's, Winners here in Canada. This one here, Spice Reserve. Now you think Spice Reserve, you think, oh, that's a Spice Bomb cologne. Not at all. It is it's very similar to not Spice Bomb. Take a guess. Armani Code. The sweet Tonka vanilla heavy Armani Code. This, not quite a dupe, but very close. The next one again is from that line. It's this one's a little more obvious if you know colognes. Imperial Woods. It'll give you. It's similar to Bulgari Manwood Essence, Bulgarian Man Wood Essence. Be careful where you put the comma. As you would expect, woody, fougere, slight spice, maybe a little tiny bit of pepper. Very, very nice. Very nice. If you like wood-based scents. I think these were $14.99. The problem with these two, though, is longevity and projection. They're not the greatest. 5 or 6 hours on them each and only about a 45 minutes to an hour projection. But at that price, spray heavy. The last one is one I personally think it smells like this. A lot of people say I'm wrong, so maybe I am, but I really get a vibe from this of a very popular blue man's fragrance. I guess you could even say the king of blue man fragrance. $19.99, not $150, which is good. Notebook, Whitewood and vetiver. I don't get any vetiver or anything like that. I get a straight up. The dry down's a little different, but I get an almost to my nose clone of Dior Sauvage. Yeah, no joke. You can tell it's a blue fragrance. I mean, you've got blue bottle, blue box. Yeah, and longevity and projection just as good as Dior Sauvage. Well, the projection may not be as good, but the longevity is just as good. But the projection is no slouch on that either. So yeah, guys, that was just 10. And the reason I did this, like I said, is I have a bunch that are like that, but I also realized lately I've been showing you guys a lot of, because I buy expensive colognes, cheap designers, expensive designers, a few niche, but lately I've been showing you a lot of stuff like Gentleman and 1 Million Lucky and YSL this and Dior that, and I understand that that's not the reason I started this channel. I'm going to talk about them and I'm going to review them, but I really started this channel because I really do know what it's like to not have a lot of money. I said it before, I say it again, I've been poor. Not quite dirt poor, but I've been poor enough. And so I wanted to start because I watched some YouTube videos and all these guys talking about like I love most of the YouTube viewers, but lately, especially lately, there's like one I used to really like, and I'm not going to mention names because I don't want to. First off, he's way bigger than I am on here, and his fans will just crush me. But he used to review a lot of designer colognes, and expensive designer colognes, but still designer colognes that I could find and I could afford, and even when I wasn't making a whole lot of money. And then recently, I think the last year to year and a half, he's been doing a lot of weird niche colognes and technically designer but colognes, but they're like, you know, nobody carries them but a specialty shop, you know, or you got to get them online, or you can't just walk into Sephora or Shoppers or something like that and pick them up. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to mention names, but most of you probably know who I'm talking about. And real nice guy. Talked to him, but he's just got to lay off them weird ass colognes. Start doing stuff people can actually go and pick up in the store. What I was getting at is I've been poor, and you know, poor is not even the right word, I guess, but I've been financially stressed and stuff like a lot of people are, and you still want to smell good. And I realize that them $150, $200 bottle designer colognes, a lot of people can't get. And again, I've said it before, I am blessed. I feel blessed every time I pick one of them up and I buy it. Always will, because I know exactly what it's like not to be able to buy them. So I wanted to do this, and some people want to, you know, maybe, so well, you do a lot of clones and stuff, that's good. They are, but these are like a step above the clones. The clones are fine, and if that's all you can afford, by all means wear them. Most of them are pretty good. You're just going to have to reapply a little more and a little heavier, but they're still pretty good. These are kind of a little step above the clones and the dupes, and they'll give you, like, that's why I sell a lot of weed alone, even on discounters. It's still $100+. I mean, it's fucking damn near 20 years old, or 10 years old, and so if you can't afford $150, and depending on where you're at here in Canada, in my little neck of the woods, this is $180 plus tax. You're getting close to $200. Maybe you can't afford that, but you still want to smell like that. And like I said, the Ferragamo will, for $20 you can get online, you know, or the Avon Musk if you can find it. That might be getting more expensive. I'm sorry if it was, but when I picked it up, it was $10. Would give you that same vibe, you know. Or maybe you want to smell like Dior Homme. They've just discontinued the original Dior Homme, so maybe you're just not going to be able to find it, or you just can't afford, you know, the $150+ for a bottle of it, and it's only going to get more expensive now that it's discontinued. So something like Duvel, or again the Avon, will give you that vibe without breaking the bank. That's what I wanted. I did it for that, guys. Just not everybody can afford shit. I understand. So I guess kind of maybe my little gift to you, my little sick day gift. Alright, guys, I hope you all had a good time. I'm starting to feel better. Hopefully I'll feel good enough to go to work tomorrow. I'm going anyway. I don't care. Peace, love, be good to each other.